las den como ellos. Los gitanos sí tienen sabor, y los gitanos sí tienen sabor. Cuando cantan sus canciones y tocan palmadas a la madre patria, ay, los gitanos le dan el sabor. Y los gitanos le dan...
All right. Hello, Vianheil. Buenas noches, star people. My name is Anthony McKee. I'm going to turn this off right now. I told you, I promised you that I'm creating a vibe. And I'm playing around with music. I'm playing around with things. I'm sleepy today, so don't expect too much from me. But I'm also hangry because I did not eat all day. So we are going to wait, come on, stop playing reindeer games with me. Oh, I see what I'm doing. Hold on, this is me. This is me. This is me. Okay, I fixed it, I think. Okay, so welcome to Club Star People, Spanish Club, home ec, Sunday dinner. All the things. I said all the things. And this evening, we are making empanadas. Empanadas. And I do have a recipe. Oh, get into it. You see it? Shout out to Carla Clarkson. When a woman changes her hair, that's what they say. She about to change her life. So let me wash my hands. I've been traveling. I was on the train, even though I had my hair wrapped up kind of most of the way. It doesn't mean. Okay, so we're making empanadas. I'm making empanadas. And the thing about empanadas, and we're gonna learn some things, is I learned some things about empanadas while we're making them. The dough really isn't that complicated. And I think I said on the when I posted from last week's Sunday dinner, and I think I posted on there that I was going to do the dough ahead of time. But what I did was I chopped all my vegetables because I'm running out of steam. So what I would like to have happen is by the time we finish this video, whenever time we finish this video, I can eat some food and then I can take myself to sleep. I've been traveling since 5 a.m. I was in Philly this week. And shout out to all the people I got to see up close and in person, and all the people that we're going to get up for Christmas or Thanksgiving. Okay, so we're making empanadas, okay? And empanadas, if you do not know, empanadas are like a turnover. And it turns out that empanadas are all over the place. Hold on. Hold on. An empanada is a type of baked or fried turnover consisting of pastry and filling. It's common in Spain, other Southern European countries, North African countries, West African countries, also known as meat pie in Nigeria, South Asian countries, Latin American countries, and the Philippines. The name comes from the Spanish empanar, to bread, i.e. to coat with bread, and translates as breaded, that is wrapped or coated in bread. They are made by folding dough over a filling, which may consist of meat, cheese, tomato, corn, or other ingredients, and mine will come under other ingredients, and then cooking the resulting turnover either by baking or frying. We are going to be frying because it's faster. You feel what I'm saying? The origin of empanadas is unknown, but they are thought to have originated in 7th century Galicia, a region in northwest Spain. I probably would argue with that, but who am I to say? Empanada as bread products contains fat, meat, or fish on the inside. Here's the thing. Indigenous people got fried bread, and they put all kinds of things on it. So it is not a stretch to think that this is a native dish that the Spanish co-opted. But I'm not here to argue. So that's what we're making. And as we make the filling and stuff, I did have music in the background, but I feel like it's now that I'm hearing it's too close, and I'm hearing it's annoying me. So, and it's probably because I'm a little crabby because I'm hungry. So we're just going to make this food. I also feel like this is a little, every week I feel like it's something different. It's fine. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to finish making the dough. I have my flour here that already has salt in it. And I do have my thing so I can pull things down. See? But we're not there yet. So I have 3 cups of whole wheat flour, because that's what I have. We are cowboy cooking. I'm not buying new flour until I finish the flour that I have. And I feel like that's a good practice to have, because then you don't have a whole bunch of stuff wasting. And what I'm going to put in it, I do not use vegan butter. We had this conversation last week. I could make vegan butter if I made it from scratch, because I have Miyoko Shinner's cookbook. If I felt like I was going to do that, I'm not. And Miyoko, this is some breaking news. So what had happened was I used to really like the Miyoko's Creamery butter before it got into all the stores. I would order it online because I have all of Miyoko Shinner's cookbooks. And she's brilliant. She has this book called The Vegan Pantry. And I've had this book for at least 10 years. And she's got a vegan cheese book where she does cultured cheeses and all sorts of things. She's really brilliant. She's one of the, I want to say, she's one of the Renaissance chefs in the vegan space. Saying that to say, once Miyoko started to expand, I want to say that she didn't go public, but I think she got an angel investor or something like that. And them unmelanateds took over her thing and kicked her out. Diabolical. Said that she did not know how to grow her business, even though she grew her business to the point where she knew what the vision was, and she grew to a point where she needed to expand and all the things. Anyway, now, after folks got wind of what they were up to, and they basically just boycotted the brand. They were like, if Miyoko's not a part of it, we're not a part of it. So now they're liquidating, and they're trying to sell it off. And Miyoko is in the process of, she put a bid in, I believe it was earlier this week. And the intention is to repurchase her own business from the people who kicked her out of it. There was lawsuits. There was all kinds of stuff that went down before. And so it would be very wonderful. So if you are a prayer warrior, if you're a praying sort, if you are a candle lighter, if you communicate with your ancestors, if you have any sort of indigenous metaphysical energy that you would like to put towards Miyoko getting her things back, her business back, and putting it back on track to what it was designed to be from the beginning, before the greedy got greedier and ruined it, put some prayers in the field. Light a candle. Put a white candle on your altar. Her name is Miyoko Shinner, and her business is Miyoko's Creamery. Okay, so I said all of those words to say that when I make pastry, I don't use vegan butter. I use cooled coconut oil. Coconut oil is a fat. It does the same thing. I use it in place of butter. most of the time, because what do you need all those other ingredients for? Because when you think about it, when you make vegan butter, it's a whole bunch of ingredients to make it taste like butter. But I feel like coconut oil gives that same texture and flavor. I've made biscuits with it. I do all sorts of things, and it suits me fine. If I really want the butter, and I know some people are allergic to coconut, and some people just don't like it. I get it, but for me, coconut oil gives you a lighter, less chemically shortening vibe in your ingredients. So what I'm doing right now, I am I left the coconut oil. That's the other thing. It's not butter. You can get it cold, but if you get it too cold, then you have to work it. And so what I'm doing is I'm mixing the flour with the cold coconut oil until I get a sand texture, because that's really what you do with like a pastry kind of situation. I'm trying not to work the coconut oil too much so that it melts, and it's 3 cups of flour, 1/2 cup of vegan butter, or for me, I used, like I said, coconut oil. And it's a teaspoon of salt as well. The salt is already in there for me. And I feel like this is going to, once I get this dough together and put it in the refrigerator, I've chopped up all of my ingredients, so that's not going to take no time. I have, for my filling, because this is what I have, because last week we made pigeon peas and rice. We made arroz gandules. Arroz, remember that when you have 2 R's, you roll that R, honey. Arroz gandules. I have things. Gandules. I said it right, yay. And I have potato, which is with my vegan recipes. When I look at recipes, they are just a suggestion. So I'm not putting tempeh in anything. I do have an onion. I do have a pepper. I do have garlic. I'm going to use Tony's and my onion and garlic powder. I remember I still have ingredients from other of the recipes we made, like the pigeon peas and rice. Last week, I still have olives. So I thought, what about potato and onions, garlic? I have some sofrito still that I have to use. And I have olives because I really like the flavor of the olives. And I still have that sazon that we have to use. So it's basically like all the other dishes we made, but in a pastry. I feel like it's going to taste delicious because these potatoes are amazing. And the potato is one regular, like, white potato, like a baking potato, but it's not a baking potato. You know what I'm talking about. And this is good. And then the other potatoes are sweet potatoes. When I was in Pennsylvania, I stopped at Produce Junction because food in upstate New York is ludicrously high. So I went to Produce Junction, honey. And when I tell you, I filled my suitcase with produce, because if you don't know about Produce Junction, you can get produce in bulk, and I'm going to be juicing soon. So now what I'm doing is I'm taking my cold water, and it is cold water. It doesn't have ice cubes in it, but I have a cold water, like a spring water situation. And now I'm adding this water slowly, because I think that's what it said for me to do. Add flour and salt to a large bowl. I did that. Mix well. Add chilled cube baking butter. I did that. Cut it into the flour pastry cutter or fork with my fingers, which is what I did until it was sandy. See, it was sandy. See? And now I'm adding cold water. And it said half cup, starting with a half a cup and adding as little as possible to form into a ball of dough. And I think because this is wheat flour, I'm going to need more water than this. So I'm going to get a little more water. I have lots of things on my stove because I'm not, let me see what I can do here. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to be fancy and I'm super tired because today the day has been long. I was traveling on the train. I was on Amtrak, and I got up, like my train left at like 5 something, and I was supposed to arrive back in Utica at like 12:45, something like that. And there was trouble on the tracks. So it was not noon. It was 2 something. So that was an adventure. I think this is enough water. I might have put just a smidgy too much in, but this is wheat flour. Wheat flour tends not to be so hydrated. So I'm trying to get a dough consistency. I want to make sure that this is very similar to making biscuits. I don't want to work it too much, but I also want it to come together. Yeah, I'm going to need a little bit more water. Because it's got to be a dough. And this is not a dough. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I've never made empanadas with whole wheat flour before, but if you think about our ancestors, they weren't using bleached flour. Do you know what I mean? They were using corn. They were using what they had. I'm not even clear that they had. I mean, do they have wheat? Anyway, they weren't using the fancy smashy stuff we have. So if they did use wheat, they used whole wheat. All right, so I got the crumbles. I need this to get into a ball. So I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to turn this out on a floured surface. Because this is... All right, let me switch this up. Do I have some plastic wrap, but I don't have the other thing. All right, so now you're just going to have to listen to the sound of my voice a little bit. Because I'm going to turn this out. I'm going to use the skills that I already have to troubleshoot this. Because I don't want to keep adding water. And I don't want to keep working this. I probably could have done this in the food processor to save my time and energy. We still have to roll this out. But what I wanted, because I did most of the prep, it's not going to take as much time. So I wanted to, do some of the process. I did do prep because I had time and so last week for this, we made, come on, Becky. We made, I told you, I already said that. And this was like a last minute situation. I think we need more water. So this would have already been a dough situation had I not used wheat flour. That part I can tell. Wheat flour needs a little bit more energy. And so this is why I probably should have done the dough before. That's fine. We're cooking. This is home ec. We're learning stuff. Always learning stuff. All right. Because this is not forming, but now it is. Okay, good. I put enough. Okay, good. I think we're there. I think we're getting there. I was thinking of it in terms of like texture, but the texture that I'm familiar with, that I think I remember, is much smoother than this. And I just need it all to come together. And it's acting all fuddy-duddy. So, till it forms a ball of dough. So I have a ball of dough, but it's still a little crumbly. It's not a smooth dough, and it didn't say it needed to be smooth either. Child, listen, as a baker, there are some things that are forgiving. There are some things that are not. I'm not sure if this is one of those forgiving things, but I do have a ball of dough. Ha ha ha. So what I'm going to do now, because I don't want to overwork it, I'm going to let it rest. It's moist. I'm going to let it rest. I'm wrapping it in this plastic wrap that I pulled, and so it's like this. And then I'm probably not doing this right, but we're going to vibe. Put it in the refrigerator to rest, rather. I'm going to wash my hands. And so the dough is complete for right now. Okay. So the next phase of this is what I did with the potatoes. Oh, I think I was saying, see, I'm tired. So what I did with the potatoes was I boiled my one potato and I had white sweet potatoes. That's why I said I went to Produce Junction. I got all this produce. I got white sweet potatoes. I boiled it in very salted water. So they already have a nice flavor. What I like about the white sweet potatoes with the russet potato is that there's like a little tiny hint of sweet. The tiniest. So I feel like it's going to be, the flavor profile is going to be really good. I'm still not sure if I'm going to mash them. I'm going to look and see. I just turned on the stove and I have some coconut oil in here because I ran out of oil and I only had a little bit, and I need that to fry my empanadas. So that's what I'm going to do. So we have coconut oil in here, and I have sofrito from the rice. It smells delicious. Oh, it smells so good. So I'm gonna put the sofrito in there once this oil does what it's gonna do, and then I'm gonna put the onions and garlic in, and then what does this say to do? In a large pan over medium heat, add 2 tablespoons of oil and cook the chopped stuff for 5 to 8 minutes until fragrant and translucent. So that's what I'm going to do. Put the onion in there and the garlic, even though I do have sofrito, which is exactly that. But I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to add my spices. And we're going back. We'll learn some more about empanadas. So while I'm waiting for this to warm up, so let's learn some more about empanadas. So there's an Argentina empanada. Argentine empanadas are often served during parties and festivals as a starter or a main course. Shops specialize in freshly made empanadas with many flavors and fillings. Every region in Argentina has its own characteristic variant. Those of salteñas are small, juicy, and spicy and contain potatoes, peppers, and ground chili. See, I guess we're doing Argentinian. These are also popular in Bolivia. The jujuy variant adds peas and garlic. Did you know that? Oh, that's the other thing. I'm adding the pigeon peas because I have them. Potatoes. You'll see. You'll see. I feel like I listened and I feel like this is going to be good. Its filling is called recado and repulgue. Repulgue. Do not know. Method of closing the empanada, cimbado. And the La Rioja variant includes a hard-boiled egg, red bell pepper, olives, and raisins. I'm not far off. I'm not far off at all. I'm not putting raisins in nothing. And it's Jujuy. There are two variants, Criollas and Arabes. Those of Santiago are considered especially juicy. Those of Catamarca are similar but smaller. Okay, well, I don't know how big these are going to be because I can't find my my grandmother's rolling pin, Lord. So I'm going to use a trick. I'm going to use a jar because it's round and it's plain. So you'll see. We're going to get something rolled. I don't care if I only get 2 and save the rest for later. As long as I get to eat. All right, so this oil is oiling. Oops. I'm very spicy today. So what I'm going to do, I think I should add the sofrito first. Don't you? Don't you think I should? I do. So I'm going to add a couple. Oops. Turn this down. You don't want to cook it. Not like that. Calm down. Yeah. I just made sofrito oil. Okay, that's fine. And I'm not going to try to cook it like that. Everybody calm down. Add a little more oil here. Okay. Made that go too fast. Right, now I'm going to add my onions. This needs some juiciness. I'm going to add my onions, my onion. This is kind of like I'm going to say this is an international empanada. Because I know they do empanadas in Puerto Rico. I want to see the other ones. They do it in Colombia, Chile, Ecuador, El Salvador, Brazil, Mexico. France has a version. Italy has a version. Indonesia has a version. Listen. And then they even took it back to similar foods. Empanada resembles savory pastries found in many other cultures such as molote, calzone, samosa, knish, Jamaican patty, and the pasty. I think that's what it's called. So that's cute, right? And this already smells amazing. But we're gonna cook these onions down. There's so many times once I start this, I go, I should have done all of this already. But I keep reminding myself that the whole point of doing all of this is to do it together. And I recognize that when I go live, you aren't necessarily there with your ingredients on hand. But I think eventually, at some point, once we have enough members, that's what it's going to be like. We're going to be on the YouTube, all of us together with our jazz, Afro, Cuban, jazz in the background, or Afro-Brazilian, whatever it is you're listening to in the background. I was listening to Arturo Sandoval, who is an Afro-Cuban jazz artist, and that's what I turned off because it was very distracting. I'm gonna figure it out though. I really don't think I need garlic in this, any extra, because I have it in my what's it called, sofrito. But I am gonna add extra pepper because just for texture. So I'm letting these onions cook down some more. I want these to be very fragrant. This dough. I'm trying to show you this dough really made my stove look crazy. So before I turn my camera down, let me wipe this off. Okay. All right, look. Look. Can you see it? So that's the sofrito and the onions. Sofrito. And you know what's so funny? So this is Spanish Club, right? And we're supposed to be practicing our Spanish every day. And I fell off a little bit. But I was 3 places probably. When I went to Produce Junction, there were these 2 ladies speaking Spanish at the register. I wasn't brave enough to even be like, Buenas Noches, or anything, or just even practice what I had. I lost all of my nerve. My brain shut all the way off. I didn't even know what to say, except for in English. I'm practicing my Spanish, and I was trying to see if I knew what you guys were saying. And she was just like, and then when I was on my way to home on the train at 5 trillion o'clock in the morning, I met, I didn't meet him, but it was a Spanish dude. He looked Spanish to me, and he looked like English was not his first language, and he was very polite, so you knew he wasn't from here. I said what I said. Anyway, so he was asking about the train or something, and I almost was like, hola, but then it was too early in the morning for me to, I keep coming up with excuses, but the universe, you see, keeps creating the opportunity for me to practice my Spanish with Spanish-speaking people, but I have not found my cojones yet. What is the Spanish word for ovum? Okay, so I'm actually going to add the pigeon peas at this point because this other recipe said add the tempeh, and I'm who is putting tempeh in the empanada? I know some of you are probably like, who is putting beans in the empanada? But I've made an empanada with beans before, and it's delicious. So I want these beans to soften. They're already in the can. As I said, we don't use this brand. But that's what pigeon peas look like. And I'm going to find the dried peas from a different brand, and I'm just going to keep them on hand and just make them myself. You know what I mean? These companies out here crazy. Do every crazy thing. So I'm going to cook these down. Oh, I guess now is the time to add my seasoning, Tony. I'm putting in Tony's. That's the big one. I'm going to put in my stuff. because it gives that gorgeous color. I want these to be, I want these to be, there's, I see something in my head that I feel like these are supposed to be. They're not a tradition, because there's so many different cultures that do these. It doesn't have to be, like, I don't have to make them the Puerto Rican way. I'm really cowboy cooking, but with the ingredients that I've used in other of the dishes that we've made. We made mofongo with a hearts of palm, gives you crab stew. We've made papas rellenas, which is potato. I put tofu as the meat, but it's like a croquette, like a potato croquette with meat on the inside. And we've made arroz grandule. And so I know that these flavors go because we've already made them. All right, so this is good. Now I'm going to add my potato into this other mixture with the onions and the, look how good this looks. Look. And so I already boiled the potato. I told you this. I boiled the potatoes in some salted water just so that they were soft for this process. I didn't want to overcook them, so I just boiled them for like 3-4 minutes, and then I left them in the hot water until the water cooled, so they can get some of that good seawater. And now I want these potatoes to have that color, that gorgeous like golden color that the sazon gives it. You know this is gonna be good. I can feel it. Now the next thing, and I want the potatoes to get a little softer because I don't, this was looking like hash, which is fine. I just want them to be a little softer. I didn't chop any of these as fine as I could have, so that's not the right shape. So I just ate that one so that it didn't mess up the shape. This is so good. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do? Should I add cumin? No, because this I don't know. I want somebody to tell me what's in this saffron packet. I really do. Now I'm going to add the olives and these little remnants of peppers. And this is really just for texture and color and to round out the flavors. Because these potatoes are, it's one russet potato, because that's all I had left. And it's a few white sweet potatoes, which are very milder. Is that how you, I don't think I formulated that sentence properly. Which is a milder sweet potato. It's a little sweet, but it still has that that texture of a white potato, if that makes any sense. And so this looks delicious. I'm gonna taste it. I'm gonna let this cook down a little more. I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to mash these potatoes up or just let them live. They're soft, ready? Ooh, I'm so grateful for this. And hands prepared it, and I'm so grateful to put it in my mouth. All right, I'm just gonna taste, ready? This is delicious. The reason why I'm thinking about mashing them is when I think about empanadas, the inside is, I mean, potatoes are really super soft, but the inside is, it's like a mince. Mm. This is so good. Mm. Mm. I could eat that without anything else. It doesn't need anything else. Like, this is a dish. I bet you it is. Pigeon peas and potatoes. This is so good. Oh my God. And the olive. What I was saying was, empanadas really have like a mushy, like it's like a mince on the inside. It's not like a hash. All right, I think it's done. And is that going to take away from the experience of eating the empanada? I've never had the Peruvian version or the Argentine version, so I don't know what that looks like on the inside. They look. I know. I know you hear all kinds of noises. So what I'm doing right now is I'm mashing these a little bit because I'm recognizing that while this is delicious by itself, the texture that I want for my empanadas is to be less. Should I add the tomato paste? That's the other thing I was going to do. I was going to add some. This tastes really good like this. Maybe I'll do half and half. So that it's an experiment to see which one I like better. So what I'm going to do, this is what I want. So it still gives you not that it's meat, but it gives you that mince consistency, so that when you're eating it, it's still giving you the same. I'm still giving you vibes. If that makes any sense. This is so delicious. I almost don't want to mess with it. And I'll be making empanadas all week. I have so much. All right, so I mashed it down. I told you this is cowboy cooking. This is what we do. It's an experiment. We in the lab. The recipe is a suggestion. So I minced that. And it looks good. I showed you. It looks good. This is going to have a nice consistency. I didn't make the beans too mashed. Like, I didn't make it too, but I made it enough. Feel what I'm saying? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this out. Like, I'm going to take about half of it out. And the other half I'm going to leave in this pot and put it on low for right now. And I'm going to add the tomato paste. I want to see if this delicious potato filling, which is freaking gorgeous and delicious, can actually be improved by adding the tomato situation. My spirit is telling me yes. But you know how you just want to stop when you're good? So I'm adding some tomato paste. I took the dough out of the oven. It's tomato paste, but it's in the peppers. Please know what I'm saying to you without needing to say it, because my brain is not all the way Hold on. So this one is going to be a little spicier because it's got the pepper jones. And I'm wondering if I should, I don't want to add any more liquid. I really should have added, if I was going to do this, I really should have added it when there was still liquid in here. We don't want our empanadas, the filling wet. You know what I mean? Some things, All right, so I don't feel like I messed anything up here. If the color is still good, I didn't cut the peppers up the way I probably should have, because one of these bites is gonna be weird. Like, woo, that's the whole new one. So I think I'm gonna cut this a little bit. I didn't add that much. I just added like a teaspoon of the tomato paste that I also had with the peppers. And I just cut the peppers up a little bit more so they can be distributed better. I'm going to taste this in a moment just to make sure that it is what I think it's supposed to be. With my spidey senses. And this one actually, just adding that made the texture even better for what we're doing this for. So I think, let me taste it. I don't know how I made it better. I do not. Oh my God. That's so good. I could literally sit with a bowl of this, but it's probably because I'm hungry. I did not eat today. What happened was last night I made juice. My mom has the same juicer I have. So I was staying with them in PA and I made juice. I made a green juice last night because my stomach is, it's not that my stomach is finicky. It's just that there's a lot of exciting things happening behind the scenes. And it's just like, and when I'm working and I'm like buzzing around, I don't like to eat. I want to say that's a strong word, but I just have other things to do. So sometimes I forget to eat. I did go to lunch with Charisma and Albert Butler, Charisma, my sissy and my brothy, and on that, but that was on Friday. And I've just been running ever since. Anyway, so I didn't eat it this morning, but I made a juice for myself that I was supposed to drink this morning, a carrot, apple, ginger juice with turmeric. And I left it right in my mother's refrigerator. So my mom is going to enjoy that. So what I'm doing right now is I'm mashing, you can look. I'm mashing this potato a little bit more because I like the texture of the other one. So it does have texture, so it's not like baby food, but it's got that mince mouthfeel to it. So this one's done too. I am so excited about this. Goodness. So I got a plain one that really does give you samosas, just more with a Puerto Rican vibe to it because of the olives, and one that has the tomato, which is a little spicier. It has the tomato and the chilies in it. See what happens when you're tired and you just tune into the ancestors and you say, listen, help me get through this. I know there's someone in my family that made this, and that's what turned up. I think I'm cowboy cooking using the ingredients I have. And my ancestors like, child, we've been making that. Okay, so these are my two. This is the tomato one, which really doesn't look that different on camera, but it looks goldeny. Oh, they do look different. Let me see. Yeah, so this is the one with the tomato, and this is the one that's plain. But it's not plain. I mean, seasoned to perfection. So now this is the part that's going to be interesting. I'm going to move this out of my way. My kitchen was so beautiful because when I travel, I like to make sure I don't come home to a messy house. So my kitchen was beautiful. She was like, "Yes, sis." And now she's raggedy again because cooking. You know, I'm sleepy. So I don't know how much I'm going to do until the morning. After I eat this, I'm going to find the itis to get it. I'm searching for the itis. Even though nothing that I'm preparing is itis inducing. All right, so the dough has rested for as long as it took for me to do that. And so now I do not feel comfortable putting the camera down so you can see me wrestle with this. I'm gonna get some flour to put on this clear this out. Come on, Anthony, you want to see you wrestle with your dough. I told you I do not have a sexy kitchen. And I'm not really worried about that so much, but some of y'all might be. It gets the job done. Okay. So I am clearing off my counter. Get a little. And I told you I went to Produce Junction, so I have a haul. So there's vegetables all over the house. I came back. If you're just tuning in, I came back with a suitcase full of produce that I'm going to process on tomorrow. Some of it I'm going to cook. Some of it I'm going to juice. Some of it I'm going to freeze. I got herbs. I got ginger. Big. Let me show you. Let me show you what. I'm not gatekeeping. Let me show you what Produce Junction is hitting for. You know how you go to the store and get a little thing of ginger? I don't care where it is. Aldi, your regular supermarket. You know how you go and get a regular thing of ginger and it's like, I don't know, $1? This is $2 at Produce Junction, ginger. And if you use ginger the way I use ginger, and this is the good kind. You see it? And this is turmeric. $2. Okay, you can't even find turmeric. Look. Big bag carrots. $2. If I had driven this is basil, and this is cilantro, and this is parsley, and they're all fresh. This is like $2 a piece. And you know in the store, that little teeny thing in the plastic they try to give you, that's $2. That's $2, right? And I can buy 1 or 2 bunches of greens. Let me turn this down. For maybe $5, $6. It's coming in Thanksgiving, $5, $6. $2 for 3 bunches. I'm telling you, if you have a Produce Junction near you, find it. And Produce Junction, this would be a fabulous partnership. Produce Junction. We don't have one upstate, but that doesn't mean we can't get one upstate. Come on, let's give these supermarkets a run for their whole money. I forgot what I was going to say. I'm wiping down my counter so that I can roll this out. It's going to be a process. And if I remember this correctly, which I really do not, but if I remember this correctly, you're supposed to roll the dough. Oh, cut it in half first, and then roll it out, and then cut circles, and then flat, I think. I have the recipe, but this lady's recipe is not the easiest to follow. If you don't know what you're doing. Okay. Lay your dough down on a floured flat surface. Cut the dough in half and roll out until it's thin but still sturdy. Cut roughly 4-inch circles and place on a baking tray. Cover. She bakes hers. I'm not baking mine. This oil is ready for these empanadas. You hear me? I'm probably using the wrong pot for it, but it'll get done. Oh, you know what? I really should use my cast iron, shouldn't I? This, my grandmother's pot, even though I love it to death because it's 700 years old, it gets hot and you can't really maneuver it. And like I said, I ran out of oil, so I'm using a mixture, and by the time that gets warm, we'll be ready. All right, so yeah, no, I don't want you there. I don't want you there. Where's it there? You see it? Okay. And oh, look at this big bag of spinach. This is like $2.50. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? No, maybe it wasn't. Maybe that was more. But it doesn't matter. Like 3. Oh, I need flour. So some of that I'm going to freeze. Some of them I'm going to juice. Some of them I'm going to cook. All right, so that's flour. And I can turn this down now because I can already hear the oil light. I'm ready. All right, so cut this in half. Do I have to cut it? Can I just do that? Does it have to be cut? All right, so it's a dough. It's going to be flaky because you can see it's kind of doing a thing. So I'm going to put this back in here so that it stays. Oh, this is my thing. All right, so I'm going to flatten it out. This is a little too dry. Turn you down. So I just adding, this is on the fly troubleshooting because I'm recognizing that it's breaking apart and I'm not clear how the dough is supposed to be, but I know it's not supposed to be breaking apart like that. So I just add a little water to my hands so that it will dough. And now I'm going to see, I should probably put some oil on this. And I should also say that I was not going to do this because I'm tired. You know how when you're traveling all day, and then you get home because you're late, and all you want to do is relax. But since, like I mentioned, I hadn't eaten, this is a perfect opportunity. Probably why I'm having trouble is because I used a recipe for all-purpose flour. I called for all-purpose flour, and I use whole wheat flour. And because I am fairly good at eyeballing, because I've worked with this flour a lot, so I kind of know how to get it to where it's supposed to be, sort of, if that makes any sense. but it's a little bit of trial and error. And the only reason why I have, like I said, I have experience with it, so I feel confident. If you're not confident with working with wheat flour, like whole wheat flour, if you haven't really used it before, you might not be out here just spitballing it like I'm doing right now. And I have an idea of what it's supposed to be. It's like a pastry. So that's the energy I'm trying to give it. But I also recognize that this isn't, it's not giving what I want it to give. It's a little bit too, it's a little bit too biscuity, I feel like. I don't think I put enough water. It's not as moisturized as it can be. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do now. I feel like that's a good starting point. So I got my first, you see it? And now I want to make them, these are going to be small, and that's, but that is good that I mashed that potato mixture up a little more so that it goes in better. So you see, spirit be spiriting. I might get 4 out of this. And I said I made these before, but like a really super long time ago. So, and I made them much bigger than this. And I don't remember how I cut them. I don't remember that. Oh, wrong. And I just use what I have on hand. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't find, and the timing was timing, and I couldn't find something else. So this is what we doing. Just use what you have. Couldn't find my grandmother's rolling pin. I know I have it somewhere. It's somewhere. Couldn't find it. So use what I have. Cowboy cooking. So I made 4, as you see, and I flattened them out. I think what I want to do is bring this back around, and I think what I'm going to do is save this one for next time. I'm going to put it in the refrigerator and just save it, and I can make more later. And I know there's another way that I can do this. I just can't remember. I have to find. I found a and I think how I made it the last time was I found a recipe just for the dough, but I also used, like I said, white flour, the all-purpose flour rather. So it gives it a different. It's a different dough to work with. That's what I'm going to say. Wheat flour is, I'm not going to say it's not forgiving, but it is more robust, and it's got, I think it's got more. Yeah, it does. It should have more gluten in it, so it works different. I'm not a food scientist like that, so I don't know. That's just my theory. Don't quote me on it. I feel like this also is going to be, this one's going to be flakier because it went back around. And so I didn't put oil on this jar that I'm rolling with. I think my grandmother, or one of my ancestral grandmothers, tipped me off and said, "No, sis, don't do that." So, because that was a thought, and then it kind of moved. I really honestly believe that when we're doing this, like when we're on here on Wednesdays, particularly on Sundays, I feel an ancestral presence with me. Like these recipes really come together. I mean, they're not always perfect. Like I don't think last week the rice that I made, the arroz gandalas, I don't think that came out the best way it could have, because I kept messing with it. But it came out good. The flavor was good. So But you see what I'm doing? I roll it out. I half the dough, and I got 4 of these mini empanadas. I really think I'm making the Argentine version. Not on purpose, but because they said those are little, or maybe. Oh, let's learn some more. I'm talking about me. We're supposed to be talking about this. So, in Puerto Rico, I'm gonna say in Portugal. In Portugal, empanadas are called pastéis de bacalhau and rissoles. These fried treats are both made with fish, and pastéis being made with codfish, and the rissoles are made with shrimp. These are delicacies known far and wide throughout the country. Okay. In Puerto Rico, empanadas are made of a flour base and fried and are known as empanadilla. Empanadilla. I need to move this over. Empanadilla. And common fillings include meat such as ground beef, picadillo, pork, chicken, pizza, marinara sauce, and cheese. Guava and cheese? Is that what we're doing? Is it sweet? Oh, how did that happen? And that's called, huayas. Huayas, that's crab. And hoppin, spotted trunkfish, rabbit, octopus, and much more depending on local cuisine. Okay. I want to get one more out of this. This one turned out small because I think I just did a little bit too much. I don't know if this is going to do it. Will it do it? Yeah, it will. Okay. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't want to waste. So maybe this one I'll just flatten out and make a big one so that at least one of them will feel like a meal. Okay. So we got that. I want to put some more water on my hands. And what I love about this recipe, as I'm learning as I go, is that it is incredibly forgiving. So I'm sure you would have an easier time with the all-purpose flour. However, I feel like this wheat flour is really like going to be a vibe because it's heartier. It has its own flavor, and I think it's going to go really well with the potatoes that I chose. It's going to feel very fall, but also in the Afro-Latinidad diaspora because it's got those Puerto Rican flavors that we learned. Now, I understand that this is not round, and I'm going to try and get it as round as I can get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try and get it there. I'm just going to make myself a little oval roundish pizza situation. And so the idea is we just get it close. Because did they really use cookie cutters? Did our ancestors really use cookie cutters, or do they have a system? And I can't remember what that system is because I'm sure I saw it. I'm sure I saw somebody make tortillas before. Get yourself a damn quesadilla. All right, so I did a lot of flattening on that. So here we go. This is my bigger one, but I don't want it to be this thick. I want it to be thinner, but I also want it to be bigger. You see that? You catch it? Did you catch it? Did you catch it? We're just playing in the kitchen. Isn't this fun? No edits, no fancy stuff. We're just playing. Okay, so you have seen me make these are the, let me, come on, show on. So this is what I have as far as the mini ones. And I'm going to begin the process. This oil is ready. So I'm going to begin the process of stuffing. I'm going to move this out of my way. And this can go in the fridge because after we're done, that's going to be great. And this is our filling. Isn't she pretty? Look at that. And this is water with lime. Electrolytes keeping me alive. Okay, so I'm going to save this one till the end. But so we're gonna try and do equal amounts of each one. So I'm just gonna take a little filling. I already know that that's too much. Oh, these are gonna be little and tiny. Wait a minute. We gonna have to work this out. Can you see? I don't think you can see. We're gonna have to work this out. I'm gonna have to make these a little flatter because see. Because the filling, once I put the filling in there was no room. And we don't want this to be, oh my goodness, they're too small. They're too small. But you see why my instincts were like, mash it up? Because if they were just like potatoes, no ma'am. So I think I know what I'm doing. My fingers are acting like they know what I'm doing. But that doesn't mean I know what I'm doing. So right? This is what you do, right? Doesn't this feel like muscle? For me, this feels like muscle memory. Like I know what I'm doing, but I don't know what I'm doing. But I know what I'm doing. I probably didn't need to do it on both sides, but why not? These are like, I made hors d'oeuvres. Because these are too small. So I'm gonna put this in the fryer. This one might be a little, which I did that. Okay. So this one is going to have, I'm going to flatten this out a little more. I'm going to make like three of each, I think. This is why my kitchen is a mess, because I keep adding more things to have to clean. So this one, I think, is going to be a little, I have to find the amount. There's the amount my eyes want to see because my stomach wants to eat it. And for me, I'm looking at this like, that's just a bite. And you see how the pigeon peas just kind of rolled with it? Like it's not, I think, I'm sure that this is not something that I invented. I'm sure that there is some ancestry here. Or maybe it's like maybe it's like a family recipe that I just kind of intuited. But I wouldn't know that. And pigeon peas are West African. All right, so I got that in there. Not perfect. And so I'm just making these little things on them, like a little hot pocket. But I think what I'm not going to do is the back this time. I'm gonna keep going because the star sis is starting to lose my. Starting to hit the wall. All right, so I spread that out. So I made so much, and the dough is so small that I feel like I'm going to have empanadas for a month, which is not a bad thing because we've already discovered that this filling is thebomb.com. Are we still saying that? Are we still staying thebomb.com? I feel like I'm so out of the loop about what we're saying. But that's okay. Because I'm still going to say it. All right, so that one worked out a little better. The dough to my... Oh, here we go. So I'm going to turn this over. So I'm really just pan frying them. Here, you can look on the side. I'm really just... Where are you? I got the thing, but it doesn't mean like it's easy. So I'm pan frying them. This one was under the longest until they're golden. I'm just leaving them alone until they fry. They look good, right? The wheat flour makes them brown a little faster. Faster and faster I run. Faster and faster on your arms. But I'm telling you, this red one, this one with the chilies and the tomato paste, honey, that one is the one. I am so excited about this one. I think I'm gonna make this one the big one, the big dough one I made. I think I'm gonna make that one with the red. This has too much filling in it. I don't know why. Well, maybe that's why. It seems like the lighter skin filling fits in the dough pocket that I choose better. I don't know if that's Freudian. I don't know what that is. All right. I don't want to overcrowd them. I'm going to start turning this over. These look good, honey. I think this one's done. I do have paper towels. See, we keep making improvements. So proud of myself. So this is the one. It's going to go on a paper towel. All right, I'm going to quickly make these last ones and get them ready. And then we're going to get a chance to try. You can come back over here. Ugh. So this one is the light skin filling. Yeah, man. Pigeon peas. Potatoes, including white sweet potatoes. Green olives with a pimento. Some sofrito. Some sazon. What else is in there? There's some peppers. And there's some hotter peppers. I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. That's not helping anything. That might help a little. Yes, I did just flip this over with my fingers and not the thing. But you didn't see it because it wasn't on camera. So these look good. I'm going to do this one. A little one too. And then what's cool is that it has all the things. So it's not like just the potato. You have different textures in there so that it's a better experience. So even though it doesn't have like a minced meat or anything like that, it does have the experience of a mince because of how the potato binds everything together. I'm really proud of this experiment we did here today. I used the recipe only a little. And there's no eggs, no milk, no cheese. This is all completely just vegetables. See what I did there? So this one might be a little bit over full. Let's take that side out. All right, I think these are done. There you go. Now I'm going to put these ones in there. All right, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Cool. All right, I don't know which side. Do, 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 do. You're gonna go in there too. Oh, this is the last little one. And I didn't set them up so I know which version is in which. So good luck to me. So this is the last little one. I'm making this one a light skin John. And you see, the more that I'm doing them, even though I felt kind of comfortable doing it before, the more I'm doing them, it's almost like there's a sort of muscle memory, if that makes any sense. And it's very much like making dumplings, by the way. And I do also recognize that this dough isn't flawless, because this one, you see, it's breaking. That's the tail end. And it's also because I stuffed it too much. What if I stuff this like half and half? What if I put, I mean, it's the same thing, just one of them has red. This is my greedy one. This is going to be too much filling. I can already tell you it's too much filling. Too much filling. And it's not a circle. But we're going to vibe. You're going to see it. You see it? A little bit. See it? And it also might be a little bit too thick. Go in there. I didn't do this one like the other ones and pat it down and do all the things you're supposed to do. I think you're also supposed to like, I did wet the dough with my fingertips. Okay. I'm calling this my greedy one, but I feel like this is the size it's supposed to be. And so this was just like my leftover flour that I wasn't gonna do again. See? Look what we did. I'm so proud. Look at that. I have to turn these over. I think this one is done. Turn over. And as you notice, because this is made with wheat flour, it's not as tender as the white flour is. And so it's golden. You can tell that it's golden, but it has a different vibe. Okay, so while I finished all of the empanadas now, and now we can learn a little bit more about empanadas. So in the United States, empanadas mainly based on South American recipes are widely available in New York City, New Jersey, Baltimore, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., and Miami from food carts, food trucks, and restaurants. Empanadas are usually found in U.S. areas with large Hispanic populations, such as San Antonio, Los Angeles, and San Francisco. Venezuela. Traditional Venezuelan empanadas are made with ground corn dough, though modern versions are made with pre-cooked corn. The dough may have a yellow color when toasted due to the initial addition of annatto. The fillings are very diverse, with most conventional being cheese, shredded beef, chicken, casson, school shark, in the Margaratan Island region, especially ham, black beans, and cheese, commonly called domino, and even combinations of mollusks. The empanadas have a half moon shape and are fried in oil. Sometimes they have more than one filling, such as empanadas de pabellon, pabellon. You hear my French accent? That's not how you're supposed to say it. Which are made with a shredded beef filling or casson in the Margarita Island region. Black beans, slices of fried plantain, and shredded white cheese. When I made the empanadas the last time, I made a black bean sort of version of it. It had black bean, something. I don't remember all of it, but I remember making it. Indonesia. The Indonesian empanadas are known as panada. They are especially popular in Manado cuisine of North Sulawesi, where their panada has a thick crust made from fried bread filled with spicy kakalang fish, skipjack tuna, and chili curry potatoes or quail eggs. The panada in North Sulawesi was derived from Portuguese influence in the region. I see a lot of eggs in food in Portuguese situations, and that is very interesting. Once we do Club Star People Portuguese, not 2026, 2027, we're going to learn all about that. Italy has one. The Sicilian Mepanatiki are stuffed consisting of half-moon-shaped panzerotti filled with a mixture of almonds. Oh, this is a sweet one. Almonds, walnuts, sugar, chocolate, sugar, cinnamon, cloves, and minced. Okay. It said the panzerotti, the half-moon-shaped panzerotti filled with a mixture of almonds, walnuts, chocolate, sugar, cinnamon, cloves, and minced beef. That's where I got stuck at. These are typical of Modica in the province of Ragusa, Sicily. They're also known by the Italianized words, which you're not going to get me to say right now, pasty of meat. Impagatigeli or dolce de carne. Ciao. I've heard of cultures that add chocolate with beef. My initial reaction, I'm gonna have to work on my don't yuck your yum face. You know what I mean? Okay, so I feel like this one came open a little because I didn't wet my fingers enough. But for the most part, these look really good. All right, I'm gonna put the big one in. Dun 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 dun. This one's gonna take longer. Philippines. Filipino empanadas usually contain ground beef, pork or chicken, potatoes, chopped onions, and raisins. Picadillo style. And a somewhat sweet wheat flour bread. I'm literally doing a mixture of everything, sans the raisins. There are two kinds available, the baked sort and the flaky fried type. The lower cost potatoes are often added as an extender, while another filling is kutse, garlic chives. Empanadas in the northern part of the Philippines, particularly in Ilocos, are known as Ilocos empanada or empanada de Ilocos. These empanadas are characterized by savory fillings, typically including green papaya, mung beans, and sometimes chopped cabbage. They are also commonly filled with sausage and egg yolk. The empanada is deep fried and made with glutinous rice paste or rice flour combined with a nacho, which gives the dough its distinct orange color and contributes to a crunchier texture. Ilocos empanadas can also be filled with mashed eggplant, scrambled eggs, and cabbage, which is poki poki. And these are very flaky looking. Okay. France has one. We're not reading that. Galicia has one. Empanada de Galela. We're not reading that. So I feel like we talked about Chile, Colombia, Ecuador. Brazil is a pastel. It consists of a half circle or it's a pie crust. It's like a pie. So they put ground meat, mozzarella, hearts of palm, codfish, cream cheese, chicken, and small shrimp. That sounds good. Chili. They do ground beef, onions, olives, raisins, and small shrimp. And they have guava paste with minus cheese. Banana and chocolate also exist. Chilean styles, ground beef, onions, olives, raisins, and hard-boiled eggs, and cooked in an oven, and cheese-filled ones also. In Colombia, like in Venezuela, they're made with corn and are typically filled with beef or chicken. They are sometimes served with salsa de ají and chili sauce. It's ají. Ají. The J is an H. Ají. Salsa de ají. In Ecuador, empanada de viento. Wind empanada. These are made from wind. Just kidding. Thin rolled flour filled with cheese, onions, deep fried. The viento refers to the fact that as they fry, they fill with air, leaving them hollow but coated with cheese inside. They can be served sweet, sprinkled with sugar, or savory. And in El Salvador, it's one of the few countries where empanadas are made with plantain rather than flour-based dough wrapping. A popular sweet variation, empanadas de plátano, are torpedo-shaped dumplings of dough made from very ripe plantains filled with vanilla custard. Oh, that sounds so delicious. Fried and then rolled in sugar. My goddess today. They may alternately be filled with refried beans rather than milk-based custard. Chow, that sounds delicious. So we have learned all the things that we are going to learn about empanadas today. We have. The last thing that is necessary to do is to taste. The star sis has read and cooked. These little things are not going to keep anybody satiated. But look at them. With wheat flour, it's got a... You hear that? That's pretty legit. Oh, I'm so grateful for this food. I'm so grateful for the hands that prepared it and all of the hands that made this meal possible. Through, down, and through to the very first hand that ever handed. And so I just bless all of us as a tribe with love. And so it is. Amen. Okay, I'm gonna take a bite. I don't know which one is which inside, but I'm gonna be pleasantly surprised either way because the filling is delicious. Ready? And we go. I'll tell you this is delicious. And this is a light skin version. There. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. This is wonderful. Mm. I will also say that none of the recipes that I saw said anything about putting pigeon peas in there. Pigeon peas are West African. They're made over to Puerto Rico. I feel like I just revised the Puerto Rican version of this. Mm. This is so good. Mm, 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 mm. I'm gonna try the one with the pepper. No, this tastes like it. Maybe this is a pepper one. Yeah, this one was the pepper one. Because I was tasting the pepper. Mm, mm. This is wonderful. Yeah, this one's kind of opening up too. I did not wet my hands. Oh, this one can stay on this side a little longer. All right, I'm trying the light skin version. Mm. And this is so good in a different way. The red skin version, maybe I should say the brown skin version. I don't know. You can taste the tomato paste. Just adds a little kick, and the peppers. It's really good. The pigeon peas are there, but you don't know they're there. It's not like when you eat something that's black bean, you're like, oh, there are beans in this. You wouldn't know there are beans in this unless you were really looking for them. The I like the whole wheat dough. It has its own flavor, so it makes it feel more substantial. I'd be interested to see how these turn out with an all-purpose situation. But they turned out pretty good. They look rustic. They held their shape. These ones, these are the ones that I didn't put I didn't water seal them. And the pigeon peas actually taste like peas a little bit. You know what this is giving me? It's giving me a pot pie, but a hand pie. It doesn't have that sauce that pot pies have where it's like a soup or a chowder. But it also gives me like a Spanish samosa. I think that would be the closest. The flavor is not the same as a samosa, obviously, but the way it the mouth feels like a samosa. And the texture of the potato. This is really good. Mm, 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 mm. I got to eat. We got to have Sunday dinner. We got to cowboy cook. We got to have home ec on a Sunday. And many of our brethren and sisterin are getting their benefits. I'm proud. It was good work. And we learned that if you have a produce junction near you, more bang for your buck. If you are a wasteful person, it's not more bang for your buck. But if you are a person that likes to share and go in with people, if you go in with like 2 or 3 people, if you don't have a lot of mouths to feed, and you're not somebody that's going to process your food before, which is what I have to do. Cody's Junction is a vibe. You can get a lot of food and just split it up, and you can kind of make your own CSA. So consider that. All right. So I feel like this big one is still cooking, and it opened up because I didn't do the water thing. But that's fine. I'm still gonna eat it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish my little mini joints, and I'm gonna go to bed. I thank you so much for being here. If you want to join Club Star People, you can go to patreon.com/MVMcKee, patreon.com/MVMcKee, patreon.com/MVMcKee. Come join Club Star People. I think we have 13 members now. That's good. We're trying to get up to 100. 100 active members. I mean, I'm not limiting it to 100. Because when we go on the trips, the more the merrier, right? Are you practicing your Spanish? Get back on your Spanish. Get back on your workout. If you fell off a little bit like I did because you were traveling like I was, get back on the thing. Tomorrow's another day. Okay? I don't think there's anything else. I'm pretty sure we're going to have Wednesday Spanish Club. I'm pretty sure we have I can't tell you who it is yet, but you'll love her. She's amazing. Okay? So I'm going to be out. I love you. I will see you on Wednesday. And also Friday for the Anthony McKee Show on WURD. And also Sunday again. I don't know what we're cooking yet. But we'll see. And you can tell me in the comments once you love my hair. All right. See you later.
Ay, los gitanos sí tienen sabor.
I wanted a Spanish club, so I'm making a Spanish club. And I want to learn about Afro-Puerto Rican culture. I want to learn about bamba. I want to learn about salsa. I want to go to Puerto Rico. I want to go to the Dominican Republic. I want to go to all the places, and I want to be fluent in Spanish. And so if you want to be fluent in Spanish, this is the club for you. There will be elements that you have to do yourself. Like I said, I'm using Pimsleur. You can use Pimsleur. If you don't want to use Pimsleur, you can use whatever you want because I'm not over your shoulder helping you practice. I like Pimsleur because it's 30 minutes a day. And this is not an ad. It's 30 minutes a day, 30 days in a month. And then you finish Spanish 1. And then we move on to Spanish 2. So in 4 months' time, we'll be ready for Bad Bunny. In 5 months' time, we'll be ready for Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic. Again, the next element of this is working out. If you don't want to work out, you don't have to work out. But I personally want to look and feel my best for these trips that we're going on in 2026 to all these Spanish-speaking places. And I want to look great for the cameras and all the things. So I'm working out. Again, you can go to patreon.com, MV McKee, and you can read about Club Star People. And all the things that I talked about in this video are highlighted in a physical document that you can read at your leisure.
Le dan el sabor y los gitanos le dan el sabor.